Welcome back to another casted game. This is featuring two legendary players. You know them as Age of Empires 2 professionals, but of course, Age of Empires 4 professionals. We've got TheViper playing as the Holy Roman Empire, starting there with his prelate, versus FB.Kasva playing as the Chinese. You can see there he's got his golden wolf statue there. And he's opened up with a mill along with gathering those sheep out there in the mill. Why is he doing that? Because he is training the Imperial official, and he's going to be coming out here and what's it called? Not inspiring, whatever, supervising the mill. So he's not only they're gathering food faster, but he's going to be able to gather gold from this. Some players don't even mine gold in the first stage. We'll have to see if Kasva decides to mine gold at all. The map we have here is King of the Hill. Now, King of the Hill. Pretty self-explanatory. There's one sacred site in the middle of the hill. If you capture it, you're the king. You win the game, right? Sacred victories, 10 minutes. One thing to note about this map, does not have any trading posts. And as far as a little scouting tip for you, I highly recommend scout along the edges. So I like to run like one scout this. If I was Kasva, I'd go one scout this way, one scout this way. And you can typically bring in a lot of sheep. You can see there's 3 sheep here in the corner. Let's see what other sheep we can find. They've all kind of ran their patterns already, so it's hard to say. I bet they did exactly that. There's a sheep there. Not a ton of sheep to be had, but it's a good way to find them. There we go, picking up 3 sheep. Look at all these wolves. Holy cow. Okay, so anyways, Kasva going on. He does have a house out there. He is going for that lumber camp. Now, sometimes he thinks the lumber camp is built very close because of the fact that, you know, you can supervise it easier. You can go grab gold from it. So an interesting placement for a lumber camp. It's quite curious because it's rather not protected. Maybe he is really expecting some pressure from Viper. That's a lot of walking time for his villagers, and if he gets raided, it's going to be in some trouble. So we'll see if that haunts later on. This is a map where, you know, controlling your enemy's wood line can be really devastating. They did add a few straggler trees, which did help with the situation. Oh my gosh, look at how many sheep Viper has. I wish I could restart the game and just watch purely where Viper went with the scouts. I bet you he went on those outskirts because he's got a lot of them. So you can call him basically GL the Sheeper. Going ahead, and I do think he's going to be doing what I said earlier. He's gathering all his gold from this mill, because you look at this, he's able to supervise, and then they have a cooldown of which they're allowed to collect this gold. So he will be gathering this. He right now has 35. Picks it up. There you go. I think it's what, 15? They get 20. They gather at a time, rather. Okay, so then he just needs to get, I think, 2 more trips, I guess, from here. There's that mill. There's another 20 you can grab there. So that's what's going on there. A sneaky little way that you can age up. And in fact, it looks like he's not even going to wait. He's going to go for some gold here as well. Okay, so right now we've got Viper going with the Aachen Chapel. You can garrison your prelate inside of there, and it will give inspiration. Of course, you know that scholar, the prelate is able to do the inspiration on his own here, which makes it so that these villagers gather resources 40% faster. But this will do an area effect, so you don't have to keep microing that. He maybe could have moved it to the right a little bit to hit the wood line, but maybe his goal was to hit the... he really wanted to get the gold and maybe these berries. So we'll have to see what happens here in the second age. Now, this matchup, I don't play a ton of both of these civilizations, but they're civilizations that have been quite popular right now, particularly a lot of China. I know Viper's played a lot of China, so he's got to know, thinking inside your enemy. Like, you know more about them on the civs that you've mained a lot. I know Viper's played a significant amount of China. I think that Kasva will probably either go for the dynasty here in the second age or go for a second town center, something like that. It's not very common. You see a ton of pressure from China in the second age. Where Viper probably is going to go straight for the fast castle. He could potentially go for some pressure in the second age, but you know, this civilization is so strong with, look at these relics. 1, 2, 3, 4 relics. This is kind of OP on his side of the map. What is this spawn? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 on his side, 1 on Kasva's side. And if you're the Holy Roman Empire, you know, you put on the Aachen Chapel, you could generate so much gold. Man, this is something. But I really expect Kasva. What is this? What is this? Kasva's building an outpost on the gold. So a little cheeky China tower rush. He going for stone. Could he possibly go for stone wall towers? At least could upgrade that tower to be a stone tower. Imperial Academy, which is going to increase the gold he's able to get back here. I do believe nearby generation. Yeah, so his gold he's going to get. I like this. This is unique. The internet. He's not doing anything of what I said he'd be doing. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. This will be fun. I love interesting build orders. Okay, so I'm gonna build a second outpost. So he is towering up Viper's base, and I don't think Viper knows. Sometimes the playbacks are a little bit glitched as far as line of sight. You could kind of suspect if you see these deer hopping around in the fog of war. Sometimes that just indicates something's there. He can actually look and see that like the land's been leveled out if you look closely, but he might not be looking there at all. So he's going to kind of do his little hopscotch, I think, with these outposts. What's Viper up to? Yeah, he's just going straight for the next stage. I can guarantee. He doesn't look like he's going to be building barracks. He's just chilling. Going for this professional scouts. You know, that's so strong in the meta right now. Let's see. It doesn't look like Kasva is going for professional scouts. At least not yet. And there we go. A third outpost. Look at this. He's like playing a game of chess here. It's like these are the bishops, right? They can only go diagonally, so they can attack diagonally here. He's gonna zigzag towards his enemy's base. And this is a map. Look at this. If you're pushed off of gold, what's the issue with that? There is no other gold for miles. He can come up here, but this gold, he's got 2 gold veins that are captured here. His next option, where's his next gold? Oh my gosh, he could come all the way to here. Now, of course, he can build a market. He could sell for gold, but this is a big issue. And Kasva, very smart. You know, I felt like Viper, he got the lion's share of the relics, but, you know, this is where Kasva, just big brain. What a smart move here. Man, you know what I almost would do here? Is you could take and just throw like 13 vills on gold. Sure, you might take 1 tower's worth of damage for a little bit, but just like get that gold you need to age up and then back up. That's something you can do when you get tower rush. If there's not enough inside the towers, just take a little bit of damage from like 1 villager. Not a big deal. Oh my gosh, look at this. Kasva. Wow, wow, wow. This is going to be quite interesting. A lot of wood in the bank now because he pulled all those guys off of gold. Building a little defensive wall there to stop anything from coming in and towering up this. Man, tower rushes are just so deadly on King of the Hill. I'm going to pause for 1 moment. I'll let you follow this archer. I got to go let the cat out of the room. Hold on. Kitty cat wanted out of the office, so you know you gotta take care of business. Anyways, here, what's going on? We've got so this wall coming up. I'm nervous for Viper right now. I'm real nervous for Viper. Viper's going for a stable and an archer range. I mean, he's got to duke this out in the second age, right? Or is he going to build a market and sell for the age? Man, Kasva, just loving it. You know what? Kasva has a lot of unique strategies. I was watching one of the tournament games. I think it was the show match last week where Kasva did the wall rush with Delhi on French Pass. I mean, he's just always trying out some unique things here early on in the game. Maybe that makes him the cheese master. I'm not sure, but I've been very impressed by the strategies coming out of him. And we haven't talked about these players' rank, but these are both, you know, top 100, top 75, top 50 players. They're at the top of the ladder. Really, really strong Age of Empires 4 players. And they've even been hopping between Age of Empires 2 a little bit still recently. So just a lot of skill here. Now, is Viper going to be picking? I think he is. He's going to be grabbing that food. So in the food department, he's doing okay. It doesn't look like China has he gone for professional scouts? It did not go for professional scouts himself. So he's still able to run past this. Oh my gosh. We have a counter tower coming up and an archer now finally to counter this villager. I'm not sure if he's going to get this up. No way. He's not going to get that. Down goes that villager and the tower rush has ended. Look how impressive that upgraded stone outpost looks. Wow. I guess this got stopped. I didn't see. Maybe he canceled it. I didn't see that get attacked necessarily, but maybe he had some archers on top of it. Oh, you know, I said it. This was the next closest. And what'd he do? He came all the way around here. And this is what you do when you get tower rush. Walk somewhere else and gather, right? And his enemy, I think he knows. Maybe knows. He's going to know in just a second. Oh, boy. Can he stop this tower from going up? Okay, so right now we got a villager going down. One villager going down. Oh, my gosh. Is he going to clean up all these villagers? Oh, my gosh. What a gamble. And look at... Oh, my gosh. Even worse. Oh, I was going to say, he was 1 gold short. Did he... Where did he get that gold? He traded for it. Okay. But losing lots of villagers in the meantime. 30 villagers for Viper versus 45 of Kasva. Kasva did get the dynasty up, so he... And 2 town centers, so... Man, Kasva's in a strong position right now. Still has to deal with the fact towers are outside of his base. It does look like Viper did get out a few spearmen of his own and scouts. Okay, and currently we've got a horseman fighting up on the... it's kind of a trade here, but he's trying to get after Viper's villagers. Scouts mostly just tanking. These were the professional scouts, right? They're professionals. Can't you tell them? They're professional scouts. Going for the Regis Cathedral, but the Regis Cathedral has no value if you don't get a relic. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. He has a lot of opportunity for relics, but the northern side is a little bit contested. Man, what a good contain from Kasva. You know, and China's not a civ that's known for coming out and being super aggressive in the Dark Age either. There we go. Viper hitting the 3rd age. Kasva, you know, is currently just booming, having a good time, not aging quite yet. But Viper's still not really gathering any gold. He's going to go get a relic. He's going to try. Kasva has to know this is coming. Here comes this prelate. I mean, it would be a huge win, honestly, if he could get 2 relics. But one thing I can say for sure, never, ever underestimate Viper. Never underestimate him. He could get all these relics for all we know. He might. One relic picked up. And right now, like I would imagine, like I kind of envision that these scouts would sit back and camp those relics. Interesting opportunity kind of missed here for Kasva. 30 villagers for Viper versus the almost 60 Kasva. So he has just about double the villagers. Of course, that relic income is going to start. And I think Viper's going to start playing aggressively here. Bringing in plenty of food. He still has tons of food from those professional scouts. Does look like a knight's out in the field, so maybe a bunch of knights. I think maybe a knight spam is in our near future. There we go, taking out a little bit of the infrastructure there, up there on that gold mine. There we go. He thought he would get that prelate. It does look like he did get 1 relic, and honestly, that's huge even in itself. I mean, Kasva could have possibly walled up. I mean, that's another thing. He could have walled these, right? He could have just built little wall segments. Would have bought him time. But there we go, Viper. I think he's going to get a 2nd one, quite possibly. These horsemen have something to say about it, but they're going to get attacked here. I think he's going to get at least 2 relics. He might get all 3 relics, which is just, you know, this is something that I thought Kasva was going to completely deny. Now he is. Okay, he might deny the 2nd one for now. Oh my gosh, Viper saw the horseman, knew it split off and was going to be going after that relic. What a smart move. And that's still that first prelate. Oh my gosh. Big brain. Big brain. But Kasva, even bigger brain. There goes that scholar. He knew that Viper had a tricky little prelate out there. The next one is on the way. Yeah, even getting 1 is free. That is for certain. Currently getting 300 gold per minute. Right, from 1 relic. It's pretty nice. 2nd town center coming down for Viper. He likes multiple town centers, but you know, Kasva likes 3 town centers. Now has this astronomical clock tower. He can start training siege units, going to a little bit of farms there, and we'll see how this plays out here in the 2nd age, right? 3rd age rather. Look at the score. Kasva is just clearly miles ahead. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know about maybe Viper has to assume that China has done some booming behind this. I'm not sure if booming right now is the right decision. Now, Viper, obviously very skilled player, but I feel like if you're behind so much in eco, push some military pressure. He had third age first. I think he needs to be going out here and trying to play a little bit aggressively. He has to get all these relics. I guess that's what he's putting all his effort into getting this, which is, I think, a good idea. Man, if he could kill that prelate, that'd be huge. It does escape. So Viper continuing to work on his eco. You know, his eco will... Oh, man, look at that. Almost 80 villagers right now. Kasva just pulling ahead. Yeah, if you're going to decide, like, okay, I'm going to boom, he almost would have been better off if just, like, throw all these villagers on gold and try to go up to age 4 and get the Palace of Swabia, right? Because you can just, like, instantly create villagers that way. I almost wondered if you would try to go around and grab that relic somehow. But Kasva's got all the room in the world at the moment. Looks like some crossbows out in the field. No siege NQ yet. But a little bit of raid. If he sees this, this could be pretty big for Viper. I mean, that's 15 villagers, and they'll have to run home. I think they would escape eventually. But it would be a nice pickup for him. And there we go. Knight dying to the tower. Not something you want to happen. And one thing Viper is known for, though, are these raids. He will raid all game long if he has to. Pick up the second relic. This will make it so he's getting 600 gold per minute. So that's going to be a nice pickup for Viper. And he could help level the playing field, of course, with that gold generation. It's a little interesting to me that Kasva has kind of backed off the pressure on those relics. Viper, it does look like he's macroing to age, although he did just sell some food. I thought he might age, but maybe not. We'll have to see what goes on here. Getting some upgrades in there. Okay, and we got some. Those knights aren't doing anything. Towers attacking there, giving me pings. You got man-arms sieging a house, and here comes a knight coming in to raid. Viper has 700 stone right now. Will he go for the hill? Possibly. Maybe run up here, throw a keep on the hill. Might be a good move. It is king of the hill after all. You know, all bets are off when it comes when the hill comes into play. But just raid after raid. Viper's running around, but there goes. Looks like the knights have died on the back line. We have a knight and 2 scouts there on the front, and then some man-arms mid. He currently has 2 relics in there, so that's a 600 gold generation from 2 relics. What value? Where every other civilization would be getting 200 gold per minute, 600 gold per minute there. It's just insanity. Kasva is going for a lot of stones, so acting like he's going to drop a keep of his own. These villagers, they know that that knight is... Oh, maybe they don't know. Oh, boy. But, like, what do? You just got to run away. He's going to lose some villagers, but it's not going to be in the world. Look at the count here. 56 for Viper. 96 for Kasva right now. About to get the 3rd relic down south. Yeah, right there. So there we go. In a game where I felt like Kasva could have literally denied all the relics, Viper has gotten all 3. And though he's down villagers, this gives him a sure fighting chance. I mean, you could build wooden walls around those relics. You could build stone walls. You can build towers. There's so many options you have. Go steal them for yourself. But just surprised with such a good opening Kasva had that he let Viper get these. There's calls in chat for HRE relic to be nerfed. You know, I personally, I am not a fan of just over-the-top resource generation of any type. I'm okay with, like, a relic giving you 100 gold per minute. Like, I mean, you get what? Tops, you get, like, 3 or 4 of them. Like, and you have to work to get those. But, I mean, that's an insane amount of gold. He's getting he's going to be getting 900 gold per minute from those 3 relics. That's just, like, just crazy. Especially late game where gold is just, like, absolutely king. It is wild how much gold HRE is able to get with that landmark, especially paired with the Palace of Swabia, the boom that HRE can do. But there we go. Kasva going for an aggressive keep. He's got crossbows to protect it on the back line. I mean, that's a lot of villagers. How many villagers you got there? 22 villagers building that keep. And he's got more stone. He could build another one. He can leapfrog keeps right now. Anything going on for Viper? Viper is not out on the map anywhere. He has all of those relics in right now. And there we go. Double keep right now for Kasva. Going to be denying these wood lines. But there is a wood line to the north. But this is almost right on top of this town center. Is he building a town center? Look at that. Yes, he is. And there we go. We've got the keeps shooting at the siege workshop. They will actually kill that over time. They've almost taken 100 HP off of that already. Actually, hold on. This one's shooting there, and this one's shooting there. Look at it. Very interesting. And, man, I don't know. Kasva's looking to be in a commanding position. Yeah, it's definitely strong. Okay, well, what is this? This would be an H3. So he's going for his... Oh, you know what this tells you? He's got the clock tower already. Going for the Imperial Palace. Fire Lancers. Oh, boy. You know it. Man, they are... we talk about balance. Fire Lancers, they are absolutely incredible units that can take out just about everything in its path. But particularly good at taking out buildings. And he's got 3 keeps. He could bring in 15 Fire Lancers here and, you know, go have a beer, have a good time. So, meanwhile, it looks like Viper did drop a defensive keep there on the back line. Let's see, where are the stables? There we go. 4 stables being dropped right now. It's about to be a Fire Lancer time. What can Viper do to stop this? He's got a lot of res in the bank, a lot of gold. Moving villagers away, trying to get away from those keeps. He has 2 mangonels. I feel like I would say a trebuchet, but like, you know how long it's going to take some trebuchets to kill 3 keeps? I almost feel like he'd be better off just building like a shit ton of rams with man-at-arms or something. Or even crossbows. So Kasva looking to be in a really strong position. I mean, this map is just known for, if you can get those towers down early, you can really corner your opponent. And, you know, all things being considered, Viper's done a good job of getting out on the map still. He's moved his villagers out when he saw those keeps instead of holding up in his base. Was able to get out there. There's currently a ram being built. I think he's going to be taking down this tower. We also have 2 mangonels. I mean, mangonels, they did pretty good siege damage here. And Viper's known to heal up his mangonels. Wouldn't be surprised if he sees that low HP one and fixes that with his villager. I don't think that Viper can train villagers out of this here at the moment. I think the tower just kills it. I don't know what those were. It looked like some spears maybe dead on the floor or guards. And here we go. Fire Lancers. There they are, baby. Man, these things, they do not mess around. They do. They just shred buildings. And, I mean, to add insult to injury, Kasva can just start King of the Hill. Okay, down goes the wolves. There we go. Viper, clean up that army. In comes a single ram. Oh, boy, this is going to be... I don't know how that single ram's going to do there. Where are the Fire Lancers? Oh, boy, they're growing in numbers. He's making them 4 or 5 at a time. And, like, look at the cost on these things. 80 food, 20 wood, 20 gold. And he's getting all the stone, all the gold, sitting on 128 villagers versus 71 of Viper. I mean, looking good. You know, one thing I will say, I feel like Kasva kind of missed the mark on. Why did he not take the... He's just now at the 23-minute mark taking the Sacred Site. I think he could have taken this a long time ago. And I say this time and time again, I find at the top of the ladder, a lot of players... ignore the victory conditions of the Sacred Site and even wonder sometimes. They just really like to win it, I guess, with the Conquest victory because Kasva could have started this countdown a long time ago. In fact, like even before doing this, I almost would have said build up here and take that. But I mean, this has been a lot of value. But I think even behind this, you know, Viper has not really been out of his base. I think he could have captured this a little sooner. But I don't think this is going to come down to Sacred Victory. China is just going to just run in here with these Fire Lancers very soon. Where did they go? Oh, here we go. Watch this. So here we go. 18 Fire Lancers. I'm sorry, 20 of them. Look how much damage they do against that keep. I mean, it's just devastating. They shred buildings. There we go. Taking out whatever villagers were there. And watch this. Watch how quickly this town... Look at... I mean, oh my gosh. Like, what? How could 20 cav units just instantly nuke? I mean, how much res is that? If you add that up, I mean, it's a little bit, but still, that's just... That's crazy. Absolutely nuts. I would not be shocked if we saw a nerf for these units in the near future. But there's no way Viper's gonna be able to stop these at this point. I mean, mangonels are your best shot against him. He has 3 of them, so perhaps he could stop them there. But can he stop them in time as they are just sieging everything right now? Looks like there was like a spearman raid. Maybe a significant spear... No, just a little spearman raid happened back at home. Wow. There's that Regis Cathedral. This thing has 5,000 HP and in a matter of 5 seconds is just about dead already. And Viper, I mean, he needs to bring these mangonel down right now. There is not time for waiting. He's got to get in there right now. I mean, his final landmark has the most HP, I guess. But, oh boy. He even could have tried a Wololo. He could have tried to grab these 3 relics or something. Your best prevention against these things are Stonewall Towers, but man, they are OP. They are just crazy. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know what Viper's gonna do. He's got knights out in the field, or those are just lancer. Those are just horsemen. Yeah, he sees the Lanchnicks and knows that those do area attacks, so these would have been a decent counter. So maybe waiting for the right moment. He's gonna hold on for now. I mean, I would love nothing more than Viper just to like go take out all these and somehow get some like crazy push with all of his siege. He has all these siege weapons that just have sat there the whole game. Fire Lancer coming in on that. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Okay, I thought that was Viper hitting H4. That's Kasva. I was like, how did Viper just pull off an H up during all that? So Kasva is now in the 4th age here. But let's keep an eye on these Fire Lancers and see. Oh, what just died there? Were those horsemen? Or were they the Lanchnick? Maybe they died to the keep? Oh boy, where'd they go? I don't know where they went. Are they alive still? Okay, he's pushing the hill. But here come the Fire Lancers. Oh my gosh. And they do bonus damage versus Siege, I do believe. Yeah, plus 10 versus Siege. Oh my gosh. Think about how much res just got nuked there. Oh my gosh. Well, the might of the Fire Lancer strikes once again. Kasva taking the victory over Viper. But, you know, a good tower rush there from Kasva early on, putting the pressure on Viper. Viper being very persistent, getting those relics in, but just wasn't enough. Thanks so much for watching this casted game. Check out the channel for plenty more casted games, strategy guides, all of that jazz. And in the Discord, we've got build orders and all kinds of fun stuff for you. I'll see you in the next one.